Two teams with identical records face off at the Firozshah Kotla in Delhi. It's the Delhi Capitals against Kings 11 Punjab. It's the late match on Saturday, the 37th match of the 2019 IPL. And not surprisingly, the Kings 11 Punjab have the best record head-to-head against Delhi. And we'll have a look at how Delhi doesn't really even have an advantage at their home ground at the Kotla.
It's a disadvantage,
It's a disadvantage. And that is the voice of Dasgupta, who's one of my experts here, alongside Shaun Tait, as we give you a preview here on ESPNcricinfo of this match. It is an intriguing one, isn't it? But the Kotla, what kind of pace will it play with? Because we saw the other night it wasn't a good play.
Listen, they've lost 3 out of the 4 games at home.
Exactly.
And the one game that they won was a super over. And Rabada's brilliant over. That kind of saved the day for Delhi. But the problem here is the biggest challenge now, because there's a lot been spoken about the pitch and how poorly it has played and how it does not suit the team. I think the biggest challenge for the team is to get that out of their head. This is what it is. Right? You've got to find a way to win. You can't change the pitch. If it hasn't been changed so far, it won't change. So the biggest challenge for the players, for the support staff, is just take it out of your head. Let's not talk about the pitch at all. I think it should be made mandatory in that dressing room. Nobody's talking about the pitch. Find a way to handle it. Everyone's a professional there. Everyone's been around for a bit. I know they're not as experienced as some of the other teams are. But they've got to stop talking about the pitch.
Well, last time out, Kings 11 Punjab with the victory over Rajasthan Royals. What kind of mindset would they be in, Shaun, heading to that horrible pitch?
Well, I mean, again, I don't know. You've just got to play on what's brought out, and I agree with completely what Deep's saying. For all teams that you go there, just okay. There's times when you've got to pick certain players for certain wickets and that sort of thing, but sometimes you can overthink it anyway and worry about it too much. And just on that as well, knowing Ricky Ponting, I might be wrong here, but I know Ricky Ponting, that's his attitude as well. Never mind the facilities. We've got what we've got, and we'll push on with it.
Don't complain.
But Punjab, they had some good momentum. It sort of slipped a little bit, but they're at the moment they're in the top 4. So I think at the start of the season, if they said to themselves, if we're going to be in the top 4 at this stage, they would have taken that. So they're going all right.
All right. What about the Delhi lineup to face up to Kings 11 Punjab in this match, Deep? What are you expecting? A couple of changes you're foreseeing?
One is Colin Ingram, if he's back and available, that is. Otherwise, obviously, Colin Munro stays. And, this is what even Shaun wanted last game. Sandeep Lamichhane in place of Kemo Paul. Looking at the pitch again, it's going to be 140, 150, max 160 kind of a pitch where spinners have a lot of purchase from that surface. So, and he's been good. Sandeep Lamichhane has been very good.
All right, what about the opposition with KL Rahul and R. Ashwin, the stars of their last win? Shaun, what do you expect from Punjab?
Look, I couldn't really... I mean, I'm sure there's a few things you could do with spin, but I look at their spinners, there's enough there.
Yeah.
Obviously the Ashwins and the other thing is a young fella. He bowled really well last game, so I'm sort of tempted to keep him in the side. I think they probably will. I don't think there's too much that needs to be talked about their playing 11. You might disagree, but I think it's straightforward.
I'm not going to make any changes.
With their bowling, again, they've got the attack, I think, to bowl on that wicket.
Yeah, and they've got 6 bowling option there. I mean, that looks really good. Yeah.
Well, Delhi, when we look at their issues and what they need to improve, obviously this is a much better season than last season. They've rebranded. There's a lot more confidence there. What do they need to fix?
I think what they need to fix is the mindset, as I mentioned, because obviously, the kind of team that they have, this pitch doesn't suit them. That's accepted. But if the players, when something like this happens, there's a lot of talk about the pitch and all. At times, players they tend to take the responsibility of them and start blaming the pitch and say, "Listen, I couldn't help play the pitches like that." But as team management or part of the support staff, you're going to say, "Listen." As Shaun mentioned, I'm sure Ponting and Saurabh will say the same. This is what it is. You've got to find, because the next 5 games, they've got 5 games left. Out of that, 3 would be at home at Firozshah Kotla, 1 at Chepauk, Chennai, which has always been a spinner's paradise. So 4 out of the 5 will be on turners. So they've got to find a way to get out of it. And one of the key players would be obviously which I've already picked. We'll talk about it. Would be Shikhar Dhawan here.
Kings 11 Punjab, as you mentioned, they would have taken where they are now with 5 wins and 4 losses. But for their improvements, where are the areas to improve?
I suppose some of their middle order. If David Miller's going to play, he's he needs some runs
He
as
had a
well.
bad outing last time,
Yeah,
didn't
I mean, he struggled a little bit throughout the tournament, but so maybe the middle order, but they got Gale and Raul at the top there, which is a formidable partnership there. But look, I'm not talking about an issue, but I think Mayank is going to be very important because he plays spin pretty well.
Yes.
So I think on this wicket he almost needs to lead the side a bit and bat through and make sure they got a good platform for the end, the death overs. Because I just think out of the guys on this side, I look at him and go, he's a key part for this game on this wicket.
So he's a player that you're looking out for. As
I've been probably going to talk about that next.
Go ahead.
That's to me is also a player to watch for because of that same reason. I think you've mentioned in the past his play of spin's pretty strong. So, and as a local Indian batsman, he's got to stand up here and
and what he also needs to do is someone like Mike and also KL Rahul is take that responsibility and realize, listen, as it is, their batting is not very deep. It's kind of on the thinner side, and the middle order, top order, there are a few overseas. You've got Puran, you've got David Miller, you've got Chris Gale. So being senior Indian players, they need to take that responsibility on that surface.
Yeah, speaking about taking responsibility, Shikhar Dhawan, he tried his best in that run chase against Mumbai. It wasn't successful for Delhi, but size up his prospects so far in 2019.
Listen, he's looked all right. I mean, especially the 97 that he got. So for me, why I say he's going to be the key is because he's a senior pro there. He's the senior most player there. He's also kind of a mentor to all these younger guys like Shreyas and Prithvi and Rishabh. And he's also a local lad. He plays for Delhi. He's played a lot of his cricket there at Firozshah Kotla.
he looked good last game, so he looked good before.
Yeah, he looked good. Yeah. So the thing is, I mean, a lot would depend on him. I mean, showing the way to the youngsters and being a senior pro and also this being his hometown.
And handling the wicket, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Right. Prediction time from you guys. It's an interesting one. It's a hard one to call, isn't it?
It'll be a tough one. But I think the challenge is again mental here. If Delhi can kind of get past that mentality, I think Delhi will be tough to beat. I mean, Delhi on any surface with that kind of a team will be tough to beat.
Maybe bat first or...
Bat first, toss would be an important aspect.
Yeah.
The Mumbai game actually proved that to a great extent. Toss could be important. But again, the biggest challenge, especially for Delhi, would be the mindset.
So you're going for Delhi. What about you, Tait?
I really like this Delhi team. But again, right now I'm not sure whether to back them or not. I'll go with Punjab for now. I might change in the morning.
All right. So it's split between our experts, Dasgupta and Shaun Tait. Thank you very much. So watch out for the second match on a Saturday. It's the 37th match of IPL 2019 between Delhi and Kings 11 Punjab.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.